Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. I appreciate the support. You know the goal, 50 subscribers by the end of the month. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. And today, I'm throwing you guys a curveball. You see the title, Buffalo Bills for the 32 team series. But guess what? I'm not talking about the Bills today. Nope. I'm not playing with the Bills today. This is a major curveball. Instead, because listen, the Bills are my team. I'm going to dedicate a whole series on this channel to the Bills. And instead of use my team, what I'm going to do, because I played hundreds of games with this is the team I always play with, I'm going to talk about something that I think needs to be addressed. Madden Ultimate Team and why it is the worst thing to ever happen to Madden. So if you want to hear why I think that, stay tuned. If you came here for Bills gameplay, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get any. But stay tuned if you want to hear my opinions. Make sure you like the video if you like what I have to say about it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that. But anyway, guys, let's just get straight to it, okay? So the reasons I hate MUT. One thing I cannot stand more than anything else is when these people, there's YouTubers that do this. I'm not going to mention any name. Not any of the ones that I watch, but I know that it's out there because I have seen it, that talk down on the regs community and talk down. But the thing is with them is if they didn't spend hundreds of dollars to have God squads and hundreds of dollars to have the best team, they wouldn't be winning games either. They would not be winning games. They can come to regs, use a bad team, and get smoked because you know what? And that's not every MUT player. That's not every MUT player, but a lot of these MUT players have this arrogance about them, and just because they spend all their money... Look, this is another thing, right? Madden charges too much as it is for a game that isn't as good as it should be. It's not at its standards. I can plug in my PS2, I think it is, or whatever, and play 2K5 and get a better experience than Madden 21. There's something wrong with that. Same thing with my PS3 and NCAA 14 and the career mode at NCAA 14, that road to glory being better than the Madden career mode. There's something wrong with that. And, you know, that is a big issue to me. And why is that the case? Because Madden knows what they're doing as far as getting money rather than putting all of their support and energy into making the game better all around. They could have fixed franchise, made the gameplay better for regs, or anything really. They could have done franchise, made KO better. They could have made the yard better because there were glitches with that. But instead, they spent all their energy on Ultimate Team, and that's because they know that you are going to spend you're going to take your mom's credit card and you're going to spend all this money. And another thing is this. So that's why it led to the downfall, is because think about it. All this money, all this time and energy is getting put into this one game mode because they know they're going to get money back from it. Regs gets abandoned. Us regs players, the people that make videos on regs, the people that have grinded regs and know how bad it is, like how bad the quality is. And there's a lot of great players on regs, but we have been disrespected by EA and all the people that work for EA by them not giving the attention to regs that it needs. That's one thing. The second thing is this. They're literally, this is getting kids, I don't want to come off wrong when I say this, but you are literally making kids gamble. That is what they are doing. You have these young kids buying these packs, because it is a gamble. When you buy a pack, it is a gamble. You are not entitled to a gold ticket when you buy a pack. You are not entitled to a best player. You are taking a gamble. Yes, you can have the ones that say you at least get one 89 to 91, but you might get the 89. Like, you are not entitled to the top thing. This is gambling. You are literally gambling. Like, these kids are gambling. Like, that's another thing that I cannot stand about MUT. And then another thing is the time needed. Look, I'm not trying to spend any more money than I already had to spend to get this game, and I won't do that. But the only way I can be competitive with MUT is if I sit down and I do hours and hours against the computer of the solo challenges. Who has time? Let me ask you this. For the normal person, like say the regular player, right? Who has time in their day to sit and play against the computer for hours and hours and hours just to keep up? That's their way of saying, look, man, you got to pay more money to be good and competitive. And then the thing that really makes me mad is that they switched the competitive scene over. It used to be in regs years ago, but then I think last year or the year before, they switched the competitive scene to MUT to qualify for things like MCS, team championships, all that stuff. The qualifications is through MUT, through weekend league, through this and that, through these ladders through MUT. And you're basically saying, and yes, they have things like AP limits and all these things like that cap it, but still, you're literally saying, okay, you want to compete on Madden. You want to be known as a good Madden player. You want to get your name known in the community. Guess what? You're going to have to pay for it. It's not about your skill. It's not about how good you are at the game. If you can pay for, 99 speed Tyreek Hill and burn cover 3 because cover 3 doesn't work in Madden, or man coverage anymore, to be honest, then yeah, you want to pay, you can be good, you can compete. That is the message that EA sends to all of us. It should not be about that. Yes, you should have to pay for the game. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the competitive scene should not be about who can pay more. And for the most part, I know it isn't. You see the same guys every year, like Dreeny and Joke and, even now TD, all these guys that are there almost every year. But, I mean, the majority of us obviously aren't trying to be MCS players, but I'm saying, in general, to be competitive, you have to spend all this money, and it's ridiculous, man. And so I think that they need to change it, at least put more energy into the other areas like franchise mode, and even the offline stuff. Put more effort into offline stuff or make better game modes. But that's all I got to say about that one. If you agree with me, like the video, comment what you guys think too, man. But that's it. Y'all have a great Tuesday.